The tour that we are about to take is designed to promote awareness of the challenges that we face from climate change and the kind of things that we can do together to overcome those challenges. In California, we are already seeing the signs of a changing climate. Average temperatures in our state rose nearly 2 degrees during the second half of the 20th century. And if greenhouse gas emissions are not substantially reduced, scientists tell us that temperatures in California could rise an additional 7 degrees during this century. This could lead to reduced air quality, a less reliable water supply, and increased coastal flooding. That's why in California we have taken action. In 2006, I signed Assembly Bill 32 to create the world's most comprehensive emission reduction program. That law commits California to reducing greenhouse gas emissions to the 1990 level by the year 2020. That is basically a 25% reduction in greenhouse gases. And you can learn more about that law and how it's being implemented by visiting the California Air Resources Board website, shown right here. We are also developing aggressive strategies to get more of our energy from renewable sources such as wind and solar. We adopted the world's first low-carbon fuel standard. We passed our Green Building Initiative and our Million Solar Roof program. We are building the Hydrogen Highway, and we are investing in a high-speed rail system from San Diego all the way to Sacramento. And when complete, this rail system will save up to 12 billion pounds of greenhouse gases per year. But even though we are taking all of this great action, we must also be prepared for some continued climate change, which is now inevitable. I signed an executive order calling on state agencies to develop the nation's first comprehensive adaptation strategy. You can explore our adaptation plan completed by the Natural Resources Agency by clicking on the link shown right here. By taking climate change into consideration in our work, we can integrate these risks into the development of projects and better plan for California's future. As we continue on this tour, I will highlight some of the risks that we face and introduce you to what we are doing to prepare for what's ahead. Perhaps one of the greatest risks from climate change is a less reliable water supply. The Californians have long struggled with water shortages, and those shortages are expected to get worse as temperatures rise and as we lose our precious Sierra snowpack, a major source of water supply in the spring and summer months. The projections shown here indicate that if global warming continues unabated, the spring snowpack in the Sierra Nevada will virtually disappear by the end of the century. This would pose extreme challenges to water managers, hamper hydropower generation, and nearly eliminate skiing, snowboarding, and other recreational activities. We are working hard right now to pass a comprehensive water plan, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. Now in this video, you can explore what the Department of Water Resources is doing on a statewide level to manage these risks. Many local water districts have also begun detailed assessments of these risks and responses. Click here for an example. Now, let's turn to wildfires. As all Californians know, wildfires are already a year-round battle that we must fight. Last year, more than 1 million acres burned across California. This year, more than 330,000 acres have already burned, and the fire season is not even over yet. We spend nearly $1 billion each year fighting these wildfires, and the loss of lives and property is tragic. Rising temperatures and changing rainfall patterns are increasing the risk of wildfires in the state and throughout the West. Scientists tell us that as warming accelerates, wildfires will likely become even more severe. As shown here, the areas facing the greatest increases in wildfires will be in the northern part of the state. Now, another area of concern for California is our 1,100 miles of scenic coastline. Our coast, home to over 25 million people, is vulnerable to a range of natural hazards, including storms, high tides, and rising sea levels. The projections shown here indicate that if we continue on our high emissions path, the sea levels along the California coast will rise by 4 feet or more by the year 2100. You heard me correct, by 4 feet more. The state and local agencies are taking these threats very seriously and have developed programs to guide communities on managing climate change. But of course, fighting climate change is about much more than just the environment. It's also about seizing an incredible economic opportunity. By investing in green technology, we can create a new economic foundation for the 21st century that is built on clean fuel, clean energy, and clean cars. Not only will this help our environment, but it will create hundreds of thousands of good-paying jobs. Now, one terrific example is, for instance, the car company called Tesla Motors. Tesla manufactures cars that are 100% electric. They produce 0 greenhouse gases. And did I mention they can go from 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds? Now, I'm proud that because of California's aggressive environmental policies, Tesla is manufacturing their cars and creating their great jobs right here in California. In fact, a wave of green innovation is washing over our state. The Wall Street Journal calls it the new California gold rush. We are proving that it is possible to protect both the environment and the economy. I hope that this tour has provided a small sample of what California is doing to fight climate change. Climate change threatens the health and the prosperity not only of California, but of every community around the world. If other states and nations take aggressive action, as we have here in California, we can put the entire world on a path towards a clean, sustainable future. And I can't think of a better gift to leave our children and our grandchildren.